All right. Jesus, I'm all fucked up. All right. OPEX day, so I'm likely not gonna take anything. But if I do, I'm gonna need lots of conviction for it. Wow, I'm faded. Last night had me fucked up. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, since nobody's joining, I'll give you a rundown of my analysis, because I'm recording this anyways. Alright, my strategy consists of three major things. This candle at 5 a.m. right here. I'm currently marking out. We marked that out on the 15-minute, right? Some of you guys might know this strategy. So boom, that is the first initial confluence. This 5 a.m. or 8 a.m. candle, depending if you're in the, if you're in the East Coast. And session highs and lows. So I view my sessions with this Asian session range, as you can see. I have certain specific settings that you can copy here as you see them. I will scroll so slowly so you can have a chance. These are my settings to tell where the perfect highs and lows are, essentially perfect swing highs and lows that we can catch trades off of. So for example, we got New York, says 8:30. Everything's a little bit messed up in here. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very accurate to natural time right here, but it does work as long as you use these settings. So the 8 a.m. is one major component. Another major component, as you heard me say, was highs and lows. So what do I mean by that? Here's the session, right? Session started at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for London. So currently we are still in London session because it does not end until 10 a.m. PST. Within that time range, we look for the highest swing high and the lowest swing low. So what I mean by that is this, right? This is where we started, this is the highest we went, and this is the lowest we went in the London session so far. So you can consider this right here, the London session range. And you can consider this the Asian session range right here. Because what happens is we open right here for Asia at 4 p.m. PST and close at 1 a.m. PST. Okay, back to the highs and lows. So highest swing point, lowest swing point. We look at these places because there are pools of liquidity where the banks love to fill their orders. It's just an easier spot for people to fill their orders, meaning there's more volume around them, and usually it sends the market into a huge move. The reason for this is because the banks love to trade off of each other. They don't like to make each other lose. I mean, why would you want to, why would you and all your friends want to lose at something, right? And why would you encourage them, you know? Why would you do everything in your power to make them lose? You wouldn't, right? You'd all try to win. So all the banks love to trade hand in hand, and these are just some levels where the banks love to be kind to each other and, just play out a good auction, The market's just an auction, buyers and sellers, and when we come to these levels, decisions are made between those buyers and sellers, I can't lie. Another third component is something I just drew out on my screen. You might have just seen me draw this out. It's a trend line. A lot of people have different opinions about trend lines. I personally think they're great. I don't constantly use it for most of my conviction. I use it just kind of as an extra confluence, just to help me visualize the trend a little more. I mean, I can usually tell what the trend's doing, but it just gives me a little visual example, so it usually helps. So right now, as you can see, we have the 8 a.m. zone in this trend line. This trend line is an uptrend. If you read anything in the knowledge base, you would see that an uptrend consists of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, which we are creating right here, right now, right? So let me explain that to you right quick. Higher high. Higher low. And here's the other higher high, right? Creating our AM zone, right? So we are in a short-term uptrend, is what we would call it, starting from 3:50 a.m. till now. We have just been in a nice little uptrend on the 5-minute chart. And if you were to look at the 1 hour, you would see we have a nice little downtrend right here, right? So that is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with likely a choppy day because we're both in a pretty large downtrend right here and a short-term uptrend. So we can expect it to kind of stay in this range. Not only that, it's OPEX. Options are expiring. The volume's dying out. People are selling their options. So, I would take it easy. I know I'm probably not going to trade. I already made 2,200 or so this week, so I'm fair. I'm on a fair, nice streak. So if y'all get what I just wrote, you would know that this is an uptrend. This is the 8 a.m. zone. This is a London low. This is a London high. This is an Asia high. This is an Asia low right here that I just marked. I'll tell you why we don't mark those. The only reason we wouldn't mark this right here, and not in specific this Asia low or any Asia low, specifically we don't mark this one because we have broken through it. And what do I mean by that? I mean we have had full candle closures beneath this zone, right? I know some people who like to keep these zones marked out. I think it's stupid. I don't think it's profitable. I think it's just, a made up fucking fairy tale. So don't do this. Don't make this mistake. It'll save you from bad trades. I personally have, and I had some bad trades, and so I learned from my lesson, and I'm going to teach you better than I did. So that's what it is. That's how it is, and that's what we're looking at. Let me explain the 8 a.m. zone a little more. We like to take longs, meaning buys, off the top and the middle of this zone. Not the bottom, but the top and the middle. It's the only time we would take buys, right? So, for example, if you were to see this right here, this wick right here, it could be a good buying opportunity. Why is that? Because we reacted off the midpoint. Not only that, remember the uptrend. We have the uptrend and it's reacting off the trend line. So that's just more conviction towards your play. Another component of this is the break and retest. This is the main component. If you don't have a break, you can't have a good retest. We did have a break, however, right here. Let me draw that out. If I can use my brain for a second. This high right here. Do you see how we broke? Actually, you know what? We'll call it that candle because this was the true break. I consider a break of this zone. I don't know how many people consider it like this because some people like it differently. They like to see like a huge move all the way out like this, Some people like to have the break be this and then down, right? For me, it's just a candle closure above. Not even a full candle either. Just this right here. See this closure of this candle? If you looked in the knowledge base, you would know on a green candle, which is my white gray candle right here. This is a green candle. I just like my colors different. You would know that this right here is the closing price of a candle, and technically we closed right above for a break and then a retest. Now, as I am speaking, before market open, our break and retest is playing out. What does that mean? That means we missed a buying opportunity. That is all right. You won't be able to catch every single trade. You'll only be able to find different opportunities. The good thing about that is there's nearly unlimited opportunities per day. So if you want to make money, it's all on you, and you're stupid if you don't. Sorry, I'm just kidding. You're not stupid. Don't get mad, right? You're not going to have to give a shit because it's just trading, right? In the end, we all lose at least once. No one's a perfect winner. No one's a perfect loser either. If you are a perfect loser, congrats. I'm not. What the perfect loser looks like, though, is something to know. A perfect loser does not act on his emotions. He does not get angry when he loses. He does not revenge trade when he loses. He does not overtrade when he loses. He does not oversize when he loses. He gets off the charts and he does something with himself, like go to the gym, go on a mountain bike ride, play some video games, fucking goon or something. You know what I'm saying? Do anything else other than fucking trade if you lose. All right? If you're more experienced, maybe you could take another trade if you don't get too fucking emotional. If you're too much of an emotional person, get on fucking Twitter, get on Pornhub, go goon. I don't give a fuck. Just don't fucking trade, okay, you fucking idiot. I've made this mistake too many damn times, and from my personal experience, it hasn't gotten me anywhere. So, what did I learn? I learned to be the perfect loser. All right? As you can see, this trade has played out so far to a 1.75 RR. We personally do not take that. We want more money. I can't lie. I'm a greedy, stingy fuck. I'm a damn Jew. All right? I want more. I always want more. I can't lie. It may be a sin, but give it to me all. I want it all. All right? So with this zone, we would take longs off the midpoint, as I said previously, and we would target a 1 to 2 RR. The 1 to 2 RR is based off this risk to reward system. This risk to reward system is quite simple. You have a stop loss right here. You have a target right here. Your target is what you want it to hit. Your stop loss is what you don't really want it to hit, but you can't be mad if it does, right? Your stop loss should go at the bottom of this zone, if not below. I prefer below usually. Some people do at the bottom of the zone. It's a little more risky, but to each their own. As you can see, we had another entry right here, right? It's happening right now. You can enter off the top of this zone, like I said before, for longs. So you can enter right there. Where would your stop go if you entered on the top? Not below. People make this mistake. You wouldn't put it below. That's a little too far now, okay? Because the 1 to 2 would be all the way the fuck up here now. Now you're taking a fucking swing trade. We don't do that. We take scalps. I want to make my money in a minute, and I want to go do something, right? So what I do is I put my stop loss just below the midpoint because we don't want it to come back if we're bouncing off the top, right? If we're bouncing off the top, we're just going to bounce and go, right? And it looks like that's what we're doing. But yeah, so for example, say I got filled right here. I wanted my stop loss below here. If you guys don't know what stop loss are, if you don't know what getting filled is, you know, I could show you. I'll get you filled. I'll fill you up. All right. But getting filled means you've placed an order and they fill your order, meaning market has come to your order and it has priced in that you are trying to buy, and well, they allow you to buy the contract at a reasonable price. For example, the reasonable price would be at the midpoint of this because why? It's a pool of liquidity. People like to move fucking money around it. Why do you think it's been in this fucking sideways range right here? Because people are moving a shit ton of money over the last hour and 20 minutes. Why are they moving a shit ton of money over the last hour and 20 minutes? Because we open in 13 seconds. Market open is in 13 seconds, right? And all of this, everybody buying and selling in here is about to find out if they get raped or not. All right. So if we go up, all these people that are buying in here, they just made a shit ton of money. If we go down, well, they're fucked. So let's just let it play out. I hope I explained enough. All right, I was explaining something to my in-person mentee, but as you can see, I was right. I was absolutely right. We, well, not we, but whoever was in these fucking longs over here, people were buying a lot. They all just got cooked. Um, right? I mean, it is what it is. You know, couldn't be mad. I know I'm not mad because I didn't fucking take it. But if you know and you've been paying attention, you would know we could take shorts off this right now. Right? This is possible. Shorts are possible off this. I'm not sure if they're gonna happen 100%. It looks like they're already happening, but they're possible. And so I'm gonna set a sell limit. This is only paper trading, so I don't think I will be actually trading at all. But this is a nice example. So if you were paying attention earlier, we have our candle closure below. Candle closure is the end of the candle, meaning it started and opened here, created the high, went down, created the low, came back up, and closed right here. And the fact that it closed under this line makes me believe that much more that shorts could be, in favor. They could be. Notice how I said we're not. Notice how I didn't say we are going down. We will go down. I don't know if we're going to go down. I can't see the fucking future. I can only react to what the market's showing me. I could just get raped right now. It looks like I might, right? It could just go and stop me out. Let's do a reasonable stop though, right? Remember what I said? We put the stop over in the midpoint. I'll put it right here. How about that, right? Now, if it comes and stop me out, I can't be mad because we wanted to go back to the midpoint, right? There's always a reason. There will always be a reason for you getting stopped out or losing. One of the reasons is because someone else is winning, right? That's one of my favorite aspects. It's a huge challenge. You're always fighting and battling someone else. Specifically, who you're battling, I don't know if you're interested in this, but specifically who you are usually going against is some greedy Jew. All right? And that's what I love to imagine when I'm doing this because it really pushes me to do better. Um, Usually it's a Jewish banker who thinks he knows everything and thinks we are cattle. So, just lock the fuck in, get good at trading, and maybe you won't have to deal with this greedy Jew taking all your money. All right? Currently, we are having nice sellers out of here. We do have a decent amount of volume, actually quite a good amount of volume. So if the volume is in our favor, meaning if it is bearish volume, we should distribute lower. To be honest, we did just take these lows right here. So I am not quite confident that we will go lower. Right now we are reacting bullish off these lows. We are reacting bearish off this zone, but we need to break these lows right here for me to be considered, having more conviction, right? This is just the way I think of things, right? If we're going to keep going down, we need to make a lower low. Why? Because that's a fucking downtrend. We can't move anywhere if we don't make a lower low, right? At that point, it'd just be fucking sideways chop. Look what we did here. We made a lower high. What is this? A higher high. It's a higher high than this low, right? But it's a lower high than this fucking high, right? So we're obviously fucking moving down. What did we also do? This huge uptrend right here, we broke through it. We're no longer in that uptrend. We're in a short-term downtrend. So I bet you we will come and take these London lows right here. This is just a practice trade. I don't believe this is correct. This is just my market experience working. I don't think today will even look good. Right now it is looking good, and I'm kind of regretting that I'm not taking this trade right now, and I kind of want money, but I can't be mad because I already made a good amount, and I'm not putting any risk on the table, so it's not worrying me. You know what I'm saying? Very low cortisol at the moment. Alright, so you see how we're kind of reacting off these lows? If we flip back up above this right here, I would be pretty pissed. We did end up closing below it, which is a very good sign. I do like that. So it's probably just going to be a slow grind out to the downside. There is a chance we don't even come down and take this low right here, this London low, just because it is OPEX. I believe I already mentioned that. OPEX means options are expiring on the month. Options are essentially another financial instrument where you can leverage your money and make more. Options is, I believe, honestly, one of the most popular ways of trading other than futures, or if not the most popular, because you can, absolutely maximize your profits with leverage. I'm not too much of a nerd about that stuff. I know about certain things like the options Greeks, theta, rho, gamma, all that, but it's just a little too much to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? This, you just look at your lines and boxes, you mark your risk to reward out correctly, you win, you win. With options though, say you entered short here and it went down, and then we had a volume spike of buyers, then you'd be fucking cooked. You lose because there's a volume spike of buyers. Even though if it's down, even though if you seem like you're in the green. So, that's why I don't trade options. These wicks right here, this little reaction off this shit, you don't like to see that when you're in a trade, okay? That means there could be a reversal to the upside. If we don't see a wick down off this line now, if we don't start wicking lower off that, or this zone right here, it's likely a reversal to the upside. As you can see, we are pushing quite strong. Although I am not worried because I believe this zone will hold us lower. I think we are just chopping right now. But if we do come back in here, I will be out of the trade. And I won't take another one because one trade a day, right? Even though this is paper, I still practice my rules for the most part. So let's just watch as this plays out. I'll put some music on for y'all and y'all can just watch.
Crazy, you been getting straight to it. I done caused you many fights and I'm fucking on the storage.
This is probably going up. I am definitely going to get stopped. That is okay though. Notice how I'm calling out every single move and reaction. I only look for reactions. I don't look, or I don't think about what I might be predicting. Alright? I'm not predicting shit. I'm reacting to what it's showing me, and based off that, guessing. Not predicting. Guessing. Alright? Sounds like the same thing, right? Nuh-uh. Predicting? You pretty much have no confluence behind that. Say I predict it's gonna go down right now, right? And so I just enter. That's not a confluence. That's not a fucking strategy. You want to enter off of something solid, something physical, right? This right here, this means something. It's a fucking zone, right? So lock the fuck in.
Baby got children, baby probably still drug dealing. Baby ain't a trapper, he a rapper. Baby making classes, baby in the hood getting active. Baby keep it real with his people.
I'm gonna add another 5 contracts. Another good concept is adding in contracts. I bet we will come to this midpoint and reject off this though. So I might be cooked, but that's alright. So yeah, we came back in here and we're getting even more selling pressure. I like that. See? And it's 1,074 sellers essentially, right? If you look at the volume up here, usually if it's over 1,000, that's a pretty good sign, right? That the market is favorable for trading. At the moment, I believe we have not filled equilibrium, which is right here. So this is a risky trade. Equilibrium is another good concept. Usually we want equilibrium to be filled before we take any trade usually. So let's watch for this equilibrium and see what it does. It tapped it, right? It's likely going to go to my stop loss because that's also OTE. OTE means optimal trade entry. So optimal trade entry would be here for shorts because it is in premium. There is premium and there's discount. You want to sell in a premium and buy in a discount. If you understand what that means, then you'll understand how making money works for any single brand out there that sells any product. All right, premium means it's expensive. Discount, well, I mean, I'm sure you fucking know if you don't have, if you have a brain, you know that discount means cheaper, right? So what do we want to do? We want to sell it for more expensive prices. Why? Because we want to make money, right? So we sell it at a premium, right? And, well, we buy it at a discount because, well, we want to get it for cheaper to sell it. Where? At a premium for higher prices to make money. So as you can see, this uptrend is continuing. We had, let me explain higher time frame context. So we had this huge move up yesterday, and we came out and filled out equilibrium of it, meaning we just came down here and we filled out all of that. Currently, we are bouncing around OTE, meaning the optimal trade entry. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we just went back up. Personally, I believe we should continue lower today, right? Just to fill out a little more. But we do have an equilibrium up here to fill. See this huge move down, and we have not filled it right here. Nor have we filled the premium in OTE to go lower. So that's why we always look for equilibrium to get touched before we get into trade, because then you can end up losing like this one currently is, right here, right? We are reacting off the midpoint, which is another good trade. Right here is another good trade, the fact that we're reacting off this. But this is OPEX. We can't expect anything to go like we want it to. So we'll let it be. Okay, as you can see, the stop got hit there. So this was an invalid trade, right? Although it looked really good and it was wicking this, it's just an invalid trade. It just didn't play out, and I can't be mad about it, right? But that does not mean this does not apply, all right? That does not mean this zone does not apply. I can show you 100 examples where this zone has worked for me each and every time. I guess I didn't get stopped out even though it wicked me, but as you can tell, there is a strength from the midpoint. Do you see that? We tapped the midpoint just as we did before here. We tapped it, but now it's market open. It's got some strength behind it. So I bet you we'll come and sweep these, and hopefully we can close below these too, because we were looking at these earlier, remember? We wanted it to close below these. So hopefully this is the strong enough move for us to actually move lower.
Just to make 70 bands, gotta move smart, keep out your business. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't make cash on demand, you must be out of place.
Touchdown at H-time, put my feet down like a slab on the ground, baby. Yeah, first thing I'ma do, I'm call my nigga Junior up, aka call yo jeweler, cause he never got a Cuban touch. I swear. Rap a lot, you know what it is. We going to P10s at the after spot, that's how I ride, baby. Big one umbrella shit, Prada hat, yellow mix, nigga, you know how I get down. Yeah, we literally outside too, nigga, you know what I'm saying? If you looking for me, I'm saying like 601 motherfucking Richmond Ave, nigga. That's where I'm at, nigga. Had to check me a hole coming down. Bail out money, I got my dog off the grind. I might have sold brown, but I'm sipping on Doja. Fly city nigga, I'm a motherfucking soldier. I fucked the hoe, then I left her on skis. Get her on cheese, I still ice pad her knees. Cause that pussy bloody like it said dripping. The way it's wet and gripping, walking out her leg limping. I got like 2 hoes doing tricks and new shows, and we need 4. Tell my nigga nice, hit 2 more. I might hit the Sprite with the ice and move slow. And I might even date a bitch for a month and move on. I'm a young nigga slashing. Nigga be talking down, but I be having it. The bad little bitches that used to diss me, throwing that ass backwards. My ice chunky, I grew up right beside the junkies. I'm fucking and hold a prettier face and ass just like a donkey. I be out east, fuck talking about pieces, about beef. Where I'm from, niggas talking down, we knocking out teeth. That's right, I put one in your grill. A nigga coming down in that color and steel. I got that screw in my cup and that Pimp C playing. And your bitch will get fucked if your bitch keep playing. I'm too ice for her life, what my wrist keeps saying. Kill that pussy once or twice, but I still keep slaying. And I beat that pussy blue like I'm took it. I can't even lie, man, that bitch almost took me. Pro athlete at the sex, but I turned her to a rookie. I couldn't stop, turning Tyson, I kept juking. I grizzled on that bitch like Rosea. Cry about a bitch, why my dog, I'm more player. I'm in that bitch gut like she got no navel. Say I'm a snack, little bitch, eat the whole table. Got this bitch stripping, so I threw some ass on her. So when niggas see her, can't nobody compare ass on her. I bought her French tips, them heels and long kickers. Now she a deep curl, Brazilian long incher. And bring me my money. I got 2 red-headed hoes, 2 light skins, 2 dark skins, and 2 Playboy bunnies. I said single y'all divided, but together y'all a fleet. I get cash in my seat, but my house get no peace. I been swinging, swerving, damn near hit the damn curve when I turned in. They didn't wanna see my black ass in Suburban housing. Walking outside and white folks see them and selling ounces. All of my dogs need counseling and bouncers. Walking the mall buying shit we can't pronounce it. I got this cash, bitch, somebody please announce it. Just got that ass did, now she can't even bounce it. Diamonds cut you, you can't buy it, don't touch it. Got 30s and clutches, etc. and then such a extendo grips and Glock clips and chopsticks. My dog like a janitor, just hand me the mop stick. Don't call my phone if you want some op shit. Don't call my phone if you want some sob shit. Don't call my phone here talking some hot shit. Don't call my phone too much, get blocked, bitch. Lemon pepper stepper, tell me how my potato look. Yeah, I look good, but not as good as my paper look. I got this Asian bitch to do me good on a pedicure. Flip-flop slippers that depend how the weather for. I'm gone, 55 souls, but them hoes know I'm on. I'm hoping that my nigga Zero get to hear this song, so he can know I did this no wrong, and it figures and church to my motherfucking.
As you guys can see, we are currently reacting off this midpoint. Not only that, we are sort of reacting down here. It's not as smooth as this, but clearly we have a downtrend. We broke the uptrend, right? This is the short-term uptrend that I thought we were forming. I didn't say anything yet because I was focusing on my mentor or my mentee in person. But this uptrend got broken, this downtrend's forming. We reacted off the midpoint. Also, we tapped equilibrium, so we filled the equilibrium. Everything's free to go down to this low. If we don't touch this low, it's just unfortunate circumstances. All right. Currently my mentee is in a trade and he is looking for it to touch this low, so hopefully it does. If it does not, we don't get mad, we don't get angry, you know, it's just a part of the game. It would be a nice 1 to 2 RR for him, so let's just pray he hits his TP.
Born to die, world's a fire. Red
don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel. Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You niggas just better not ask for no favor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's love for my brothers and debt to a traitor. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go. Her ass is all natty like Florida Gator. Let's go. You switch on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for niggas is TBD. I look at this shit like a BTC. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel. Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Hey, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Yeah. Niggas get punched in the face with some TLC shit on the dead guys. Some TLC shit, cause my nigga, you gon' need a chili ice pack for your left eye. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high. I saw bro end up pop out with them, but been dead riding gangsters headlines. It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones. And nobody cares until they in front of your tombstone. Y'all been on that type of timing for too long. Iceman, Tiffany, Bluestones, I done made plenty shit right out of two wrong shit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, y'all can see, I was right. I'm the best. I'm always the best. I was never not the best. You can't tell me shit. I knew we were going for this low. Today seems to be a really good day regardless of OPEX. I honestly wish I traded this, but the fact that I avoided it makes me happy, right? I stuck to what I was going to do, and you know, I'm right. If you ever took this, you could hold it till here now if you didn't take profits here, right? This is what trading is like. It's the best in my opinion. But yeah, that's how you fucking do it right there, buddy. All right. Tell you what, y'all, I love teaching. I can't wait to teach all of you. This might just be the start of my Discord, you know, and I only have, what, a few people in here, but I have high hopes and dreams, and I believe we will be one of the best communities out there. I consider myself a truly genuine person. All I want is the best for you and the world. So if you can trust me, and I know most people in this space are not trustworthy, but trust me, I've been there. I've spent my money on the wrong thing. I've, you know, essentially been through so many different mentors, and I'm tired of it, you know? I want to be the mentor who shoots straight. You know, I want to be the mentor who tells you as it is, tells you trading is not easy, trading is hard, trading is life-threatening. And seriously, I mean that when I say trading is life-threatening. A lot of people, they'll take their life over this shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they'll go broke over this shit and become homeless over this shit. That's how hard this shit is. It is not as simple as everybody puts it, okay? It is not. It's insane. You have to be insane to want this. You have to be delusional to chase your dreams like this. And that's why I do it, because I'm delusional. I can't wait. You know, I'm not letting up. You know, I want it. I want it so bad. My heart hurts. I'm getting emotional just talking about it, okay? So that's why I'm going to succeed. That's why I'm going to teach you to succeed. And that's why I will be the best trader in this space, okay? You guys, this right here, these last 3 days, I've hardly even been teaching anybody, and I already love it. So I'm going to be there for y'all till the end, okay? Regardless of if you're paying me or not, this is going to be free for at least a whole year. So if you're in here this year, you're good to go. All right. But yeah, let's just watch as this trade plays out. You know, it's an art. It's an art piece, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Look at how well it's reacting. Alright, y'all. I will be hopping off. It's been a nice recording. You know, I wanted to see this play out. I think it will still play out. Personally, I think it will still play out. You guys can gauge that on your own, right? I think it will. But I don't want to sit here all day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys absorb the knowledge I presented today. It was a lot. Don't focus on all this shit that I was doing right here. Don't focus on any of that, okay? Don't focus on a single thing, please, okay? That's just something I'm working on, okay? Yeah, that's about it. As you can see, I kind of know what I'm doing, don't I? Yeah, so we shall touch this today. We shall touch this zone, if not the line. I'll give you one more example just so you understand. That's the 8 a.m. zone trade, right? Could have entered here. Could have entered here. Could have entered over here, honestly. All right, that's the 8 a.m. zone. Let me show you a London low trade. This is London low. Highs and lows, they all work the same. You look for a break below, right here, for example, break below, and then a retest. Look at that, that's a perfect break, and then retest. You retest the exact next candle that breaks, right? Perfect entry. Stop above the zone usually. This zone's a little too big for my liking, so honestly, I would have just put my stop at like 25 to 20 points. Usually I like to do 20 to 12.5 in this case. Right, so let's just say, honestly, I would have done 12.5 since it's OPEX day. I wouldn't expect it to go very far. So this would be the trade. This would be the valid trade. A 1 to 4 RR off that low. And as you can see, this works so well to the point where all of a sudden the market reverses when I take TP, right? Wouldn't you think that's a little odd, right? So we shorted from here to here, and the market reversed when I take TP. And what happened? It hit my entry, and then it reversed again, right? And for some reason, nearly every time I go to take profit for a 1 to 4, it seems to have a huge wick. Do you know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you why the market wicks when I take profit, buddy. It's because me and the banks, we move the markets, right? Right here. See how everybody's buying from here to here, and then they're buying all the way up? That's them. Everybody's shorted through here. That's everyone through there taking profits. They're taking profits off, right? And so you can literally see the art that this is. You short from a line, you take profit at a 1 to 4, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, right? Do you see at the 1 to 3? They took a little profit at the 1 to 3 too. They even took a little profit at the 1 to 2 over here, right? So this is an art form, okay? You have to master the art form if you want to be a good artist. If you want to make money, you have to be a good artist. Isn't that true? I'm pretty sure that's true in all situations, right? You have to be a master of your work if you'd like to actually be the best. All right, I'm calling it. You saw those two trades, these examples. You probably understand why they work. If you don't, I will host a live mentorship for anybody for free at any time almost. I am usually up from 6 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. So anytime between that, I will be available. Thank you for watching, and this is the recording.